Shalyn, this next question will start with you. Barry, you mentioned impact fees, so we'll head there now. Other cities in the area have aging infrastructure and needs for constant improvements and upkeep to existing services, yet Enterprise seems to be significantly higher on their impact fees. For example, Cedar City's impact fees, $6,880. Parowan's impact fees, $6,836. Santa Clara's impact fees, $14,885. Although in Santa Clara that does vary a little bit based on the area of town you build in. And Enterprise's impact fees, $20,688. How is this amount justified?
Well, the first thing is those impact fees were set, some of them were set partially by mandate from the state as we took on some of those debts. The second thing is we did lower some of them, and if they need to be lowered some more, that's certainly something we should address. We just haven't, honestly, have not addressed it in council in some time. But that is probably a good idea to do some more exploration, because at one point our impact fees were pretty low, and then they did rocket up. And if I was trying to build a house today, that would be of great concern. And quite honestly, with the, I guess, kind of the slowing and the stopping of the boom times, it's probably something that would be very good to visit again and look at. To consider where are we, what's the real cost, and what should our impact fees be. And that's an excellent point that the council needs to take up as soon as possible, and probably reconsider where we are in our impact fees to remain competitive so that growth will continue at a managed rate, but yet the impact of the community is not unduly placed on the people who live here.
I remember when I went to the Water Quality Board to ask for assistance with our wastewater quality, before they sent me packing, the first question they asked me is, what are your impact fees and how long have you been collecting them? That was very important to them to look at, are we trying to help ourselves? I think impact fees are the most misunderstood part of financing of any kind of city, and I can't explain that in the 45 seconds I've got left, but I can tell you that some cities don't have an impact fee like Enterprise, for example, because Rocky Mountain Power services them. So the city doesn't have to worry about substations and transmission lines and distribution lines and transformers. You have to be able to pay for that somehow. In the absence of impact fees, the only way we can fund growth is through rates. And we can have rates higher to every resident, or we can have a proportionate share of impact be paid by those who are impacting the system. It's not arbitrary. It's after thousands and thousands of dollars of study and assessment by an engineering company before an impact fee can even be in place. So it's misunderstood, and I think it has a valuable purpose and serves a need in a community. Certainly they need to be in a position where they're not adversely affecting people's ability to build, but by the same token, without an impact fee, we couldn't provide the city services that are expected of us without raising rates.
Mentioned my dad was a general contractor. Myself, my wife, and I built 5 homes in different areas. Never seen impact fees $21,000. I just don't know, if that would have happened if we'd have moved to those areas. I just think, we need to be encouraging people to come. I understand we don't want to have another St. George up here. We surely don't want that. The nice thing about this community is it's small and everybody knows each other. But at the same time, I don't think we want, if you have family, friends that want to move here, we don't want to discourage them just because of the impact fees. We need to be reasonable on that. I love what Shalyn said. I think we need to look at it. I love that kind of talk.
Here again, I'm like Shalyn. I feel like the parrot at the end here. I agree with what's been said on impact fees. This is an issue that we have looked at, we've studied. Ben has mentioned all the other cities and their impact fees. We have looked at those also, and the mayor hit on a key point, is that some of those cities don't have the same infrastructure responsibilities that the city of Enterprise has, that we feel the infrastructure we have here serves our residents And we are very much aware of the impact fees. We're very much aware of the impact that has on the residents, especially those that have family that's going to come back and they want to build a home here. And it's something that I know we have discussed. We have not brought it before the council here recently, but it is something that is in the back of our minds, and I'm sure will be addressed again here in the near future.